Hello everyone, so in this video I'll be reviewing the Elgato Stream Deck. Here's a very efficient way of switching to apps or doing custom activities without having to memorize commands on your keyboard. So without further ado, let's see how I use on my computer, how I customize it, and what you can do on your side. And with the app, you can configure specific actions. So for example, triggers my raycast schedule. So if I click over here, I basically have my schedule as this one. So if I click, you can see over here that's executing a specific bash file that I create to do the updates and everything. I also have this one, which is all preset actions. So this one is like just a raycast shortcut to add a blocker on my keyboard so I can clean my screen. I also use screen record or screenshot. I also use the apps. This one is basically a shortcut on raycast for YouTube, so I can easily type a video and it will look up that specific video for me on raycast. I also have these because I'm a developer, so if I'm doing a pull request, I can have this pre-flight check, so I can check if I already did my PR, can check if I add the comment on my pull request, I can check if I try to do a refactor, and also I can check if I did any details on here as well. So we also have other things, and then I think this is the powerhouse of Stream Deck. They have many other things that you can do. You can add different profiles, and then you can run your own like sort of shortcuts and things that might be useful for you. So for example, if I open Spotify, I can open using raycast, and then I can go to my specific playlist and play from there. In terms of what they offer to you, I think it's so much that even I didn't went over everything. So they have multi-actions buttons that you can put, multi-actions shortcuts that you can put. They have also multi-action switches. They also have random action, key logic. On the navigation, you can create folders. So for example, this is a folder, this is a folder, and then I can basically see the apps, and even after that, I can create other folders to go into other apps. Of course, I don't like these many layers, but you can do that as well. I think the main goal for me of using Stream Deck is that sometimes if I'm teaching or I'm working, I like to have specific settings. I don't need to go in my keyboard and use like Command Shift for taking a screenshot, you know, like, or specific little things that speed up a specific event. I would like to have that because that's what Stream Deck's for. You can do many things, so you can switch profiles. So I can add a button over here to switch profiles. So for example, I can have a work profile, can have a teaching profile, can have a stay-at-home profile, many profiles as I want. I can also have the Stream Deck into different users from my computer. Of course, the Stream Deck app doesn't sync, so in that case you would just need to re-import everything. You have the option to export a profile, and then you can just import and download the specific apps from the Elgato website. You can also add soundboard. You can download as well custom plugins. They also have the icon library, as you can see. Can create icons. It's very optional, so they have a lot of examples like Windows 98 and so many other things. You can also add these specific gifts, so you're able as well, like for example my Pac-Man that you can see over here. You can add gifs. You can also add a sleeping screensaver like this one, but as well you can add a screensaver if the app's idle or the app's not working. So for example, you can set up timers and you can choose the duration as well. Once you click it, basically you can see over here that the timer will spin up, and then you receive a notification message after it finishes. I would say Stream Deck is a great app and hardware for someone who don't want to have to repeat specific commands or want to streamline the workflow in some ways. So for example, I myself really like going to Spotify, I really like searching specific things on YouTube, or even cleaning my computer every week. So I always like to have these specific buttons over here that help me a lot with my workflow. And when I'm teaching, I put other specific commands. I really like to use the pre-flight checks, because then I can remember if I'm missing something during my teaching. But as well, it's nice to just have something that you can rely on that's not a notebook or a pencil and paper, right? As long as you feel you have the need to improve some workflows in your life, you will definitely enjoy using the Stream Deck from Elgato.